All right, welcome to the Viking Nation Live post-game show, live from the Concrete Palace. We're, man, I almost sound surprised, guys, when I say that we're 5-0 now. So at the beginning of the season, if we said that we were 5-0, would you believe it? Did you expect to be
Can't hear
5-0?
you. Can't hear you.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I told y'all Vice by 50 every week. Vice by 50 every week. I'm
Vice by
never rooting
video.
against my Vikings. Every week. So yes, I expect them to be 5-0.
Yeah, I think everybody expected to be 5-0. I think what I said early on in the season, right before the season started, was there was a chance that we would drop a non-region game. But guys, honestly, we didn't even come close. We didn't even come close. So is this team a lot better than people expected, or right on par what people expected?
It's what I expected. I expected the Lowndes to build off last season and roll into this year. And it was a young defense. Graduated 10 of 11 seniors. The defense didn't give up, even though it scored 38-7. Didn't give up any touchdowns. And I know there's some concern, but I'm telling you, this defense is growing. It's evolving, and they're it's that OJT, that on the job training that they're getting, and they're
That's right.
playing good. They're playing lights out ball to me. So.
Yeah, Chase, this is the second week that the Juice Man, Jace Johnson, is back on the field as the field general, if you will. Chase, tonight seemed like the Juice and the Bubba show.
Yeah, man, it really was.
And for our fans, if they don't know who Bubba is, it's Artavian Brown, right?
Yeah,
Number 8,
yeah.
big, tall. He just looks the part of a very physical wide receiver, and he played the part tonight too. It
He
was,
did.
was it the Artavian Brown coming out party tonight? We all know what Jace Johnson can do, but was it
I,
the Artavian Brown coming out party as a wide receiver tonight?
so I think each week we're getting to see a new player get to be in the limelight, get to
Yeah,
shine like never before. Uh, last week we had Khalil Williams. This week it was Bubba Brown. We had Mason Woods and that running back core for the first 2 or 3 weeks. Um, Jace being able to showcase these wide receivers and being able to get them being a household name is credit to the coaching staff as well, because they get these players comfortable early on. Great easy run routes. Now Bubba made one heck of a catch on the sideline.
ooh, man, was it
That thing
ever.
was that thing was amazing. I mean, he went up over the top of the guy and caught that ball, and it was a beautifully thrown ball, but still, that was an effort catch, 100%
Sure
effort
was.
catch.
Sure was.
The offensive line is where you really gotta shine, because man, to keep a quarterback like Jace upright, keep him clean. I don't think they've really given up a sack this year.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think so. And it's hard to give up a sack when you got a quarterback that's highly mobile. Mobile. He made some outstanding extended plays today. Ran the ball very, very, very well. And I've talked to several people, guys, on the sidelines as well as stands, where his speed is so deceptive because his legs are so long. He just looks like he's gliding when he's running down the football field. Don't y'all agree, Armand?
yeah,
Oh yeah, like Jason's the definition of a dual threat quarterback. I know last year we didn't really see him run the ball as much, but this year he's a threat with his legs. And when you add that element to JC, we already know that he has the arm talent. But when you add that layer to his arsenal, it makes this Viking offense that much harder to stop. And like you said, this is the definition of the Hydra offense. One man goes out, the next one comes in, and you still can't stop him. So, look,
Without missing a
Jace,
beat.
Mason Woods, without missing the beat, Jace, Mason Woods, Artavian Brown, Danny Vickers, the list goes on and on and on. And this Viking offense is just going to continue to get better.
Okay,
But
so listen, Chase, go ahead and finish your thought.
let me give a shout out to Coach Reese and that offense coordinating
Oh
staff.
yeah, absolutely.
But can you hear me?
Yeah, well, go ahead, man. We got you.
Because their play calling tonight was absolutely amazing. The way they were able to just keep their foot on the gas, keep taking deep shots on into the fourth quarter was absolutely amazing.
Chase, they had one series where they got a little bit conservative getting and I can understand why. They got the ball inside of our own 5 yard line after a penalty, took it down to the 2 or 3 yard line, Armand, and we had to go conservative with the heavy package just to get us some breathing room. But beyond that series, even with a 31-7 lead, we were pressing the ball through the air down the field and being very aggressive with our play calling late into the game. Tell us about what that does to a defense when you can just turn it on like that.
Well, it demoralizes the defense. It's like, okay, they're doing this, so we can't stop that. Then they change it up and they do this, we can't stop that. And you sitting there scratching your head, like, okay, what are we going to do? And the only thing you can do is just hope that they make a mistake. But this is a well-oiled machine when it comes to this offense. Coach Reach has these guys playing, and the offensive line. Shout out to the IHOP twins, Corey and Eisenhower, and also folks down there. Like they're dominating the lines of scrimmage, and that's something that you have to do week in, week out to be successful. And look, the whole team has bought in. The whole team believes they have a bona fide leader in Jace Johnson, and they're going to go as far as they allow themselves to go. Right now, I think the only team that really can beat Lowndes is Lowndes.
Ooh,
So,
that's a big statement. That's a big
I
statement. So,
I got to second that, LG, because and I said this to one of the guys on the sidelines tonight. I said, you know what the scariest thing about this team is? It's not the air attack, it's not the ground attack, it's not the offensive line, it's not the defensive line. This team, if you watch the way they play, watch the way they interact with
yeah,
each other, watch the way they
yeah.
interact with their coaching staff, this team, this group of men believe they are the best team in the state right now.
And guys, you can tell their confidence is growing week after week after week. Armand, let's go to the other side of the ball because that defense is really, really starting to gel and they are just flying all over the field.
oh yeah, shout out to Ant Martin. Ant Martin had two picks tonight, and this is we every week we talk about how important forcing turnovers, right? And Ant Martin had two of them. That defensive line, like the linebackers, they just keep continuing to just fly to the ball. They're making plays. Are they making every single play? No, but this defense right here is going to be it is good enough to get us to a state championship. And
Oh,
like I said,
you talking state championship already.
yeah, it's like listen, I'm not looking past Colquitt, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying this team, the makeup of this team and how they're playing, it this is the definition of a winner. You looking at a winner, putting the winners in Winnersville. That's what this team is doing. And listen, I hate to be the other team's the opponent's coach trying to figure out how we're going to stop this Lions football team. So
Yeah, Chase, let me ask you something about the defensive side of the ball for Lowndes. It just seems like, it's more than a three-man front because it almost, guys, it almost seems like our base defense is a multiple front. You just never know. Play after play after play, they could come up in a 3, 4, even a 5-man front. You never know where that blitzing linebacker is coming from. So, what does that do to opposing offenses that when you have a multiple front defense just with bodies flying all over the place? What does that do to an offense?
I touched on this the other night, especially from the quarterback position. Your pre-snap reads are everything. If you can't figure out where that Mike linebacker is, where that blitz pressure is coming from, and you call that wrong, you saw it tonight. he called it wrong several times, and he was scrambling around for his life because he misjudged where the pressure was coming from, and they switched it on him last minute. I mean, I man, listen, coach, and I wasn't sold. I'm like you, wasn't sold on this defense. I'm a believer in this defense right now. I can tell you this: I was starting to get a little worried about our secondary after the first couple of weeks, but man, let me tell you something. Josh Norwood, man, hats off to that guy because he's got these corners playing some serious downhill ball against the receivers. If you're gonna throw it, you may complete it, but I promise you better catch it because either way, these corners going to knock the fire out of you.
They
And
are
that and that
laying some wood, man. Oh my gosh, they are.
and that's the thing about this defense. Like I said, the yards after catch,
Yeah,
they're limiting that,
It's
right? And
minimal.
so it's minimal and it's reflecting on the scoreboard. However, I will say this though. I will say this: we got a offensive juggernaut in Colquitt that's coming
yeah,
with Jay Lamar. A run game, so they're going to have to focus and not um, get just solely focused on Jay Lamar because when that kid gets going, it's easy. It sets you up for the play action. So the one thing I would want to see from this defense is just to focus a little bit more, continue to contain, and just keep everything in front of them. And if we're
Yep,
able to do that, we're going to be just fine.
absolutely.
absolutely.
Armand, last question for you as we start to wrap things up, guys, for the post-game show tonight. Let's talk briefly about that coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball. They've been doubted, not them, but like Chase said before, you know, the defense, we knew coming into the season,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
going to be very,
I don't
very
know.
young. But man,
That's LG's. That's LG's.
that assistant coaching staff is really, really putting a jam up game plan together.
Oh yeah, they know their strengths. The strength of this defense lies in the team speed, and with that being said, they're playing fast and they're playing unhinged and they're playing disciplined football. So with that being said, it's nothing surprising. These kids have bought in. They've been in the system for about 3 years. They understand the defense. They understand what they're doing. And look, the proof's in the pudding right now.
That's right. Well, guys, they're about to turn the lights out on us. They're sending the deputy sheriff down here to check and see if we're going to wrap things up. So we got to run. But listen, we're going to be off next week. But in 2 weeks, the Colquitt County Packers are coming to the Palace, and we need Viking Nation out in force at the Palace on the night of September 26th. So on behalf of the Viking Nation, Chase Garnto, Armand Rashad, and Larry Godwin, you guys have a great weekend. God bless you. And as always, go Vikings.